Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, this is going to be a little touchy subject about when I knew it was my breaking point with the new store manager. We currently not all the way in the dark. We got some light. So I had a breaking point with my old store managers. Not he's not. I don't no longer work for this guy. I work for the same company, but these are the things that I had to go through on a daily, and just horrific. I don't think anybody should go through any toxic manager. I've had so many toxic managers, it's not even funny, guys. I kind of reviewed a little bit on my last season, but that's when things hit the fan at my old location. After the tornado hit, guys, the tornado also, I'm not sure how long this video will be. I want to say 31 minutes to an hour, but I want to take it to 30 minutes. But this store manager during the tornado did not help us out in anything. And I'm just going to put his name out there. His name was Sean. Sean was literally the cockiest, freaking narcissistic person. Narcissistic humankind management. I know so many managers, so many district managers that are so cocky and narcissistic. They want to be right about everything. They want to belittle you. They want everything to make you not feel comfortable. So this store manager, he used to, well, basically when the tornado happened, he was never supportive. He basically was like, it's too hot. And mind you, he's gay. He was, now I don't have nothing against gays, but there is a limit sometimes in the workforce. So he's like, it's too hot. I have to go. You're going to have to run the store. And literally, he would only stay at the store because we had no electricity. We had nothing. So we had to serve the customers. While he tries his hardest to stay in the cool, in the fan, and then just all of a sudden dip off. He would literally stay at the store for 2 hours, and then he'll be like, okay, it's too hot for me. I'm leaving. I'm going home. While we have to stay on the hot store for more than 8 hours. Now, why would your store manager ditch you like that? First of all, I hated him from the start. Second of all, after he showed me what kind of person he was to ditch all of us while we were sweating our butts off, trying to serve customers in the dark with flashlights, no AC. I knew what kind of person he was. So I I was new. I knew that was not right. As time progresses, guys, the manager he becomes more of a nitpicker and more of like let's just say he's on to everybody. He wants to see what everybody's doing. I don't like a run down the neck kind of manager at all. I like I'm a manager myself, so I know what I like. Since I've been mistreated so long for management, that I know what I expect from my employees. So I didn't like the fact that he was running down our backs. There's a thing that we have to do. It's called, of course, greet the customers as they come in. Now, who doesn't want to be greeted by any area you go into? Hello, welcome to Ross. Hello, welcome to Five Below. Hello, welcome to, Kroger's. Who doesn't want to be greeted in that comeback, right? I've always said hello or welcome in to the company's name. It was just a trigger in my mind that my old manager basically triggered me into. So I've always said it. I always said hello, welcome, whatever company I was in. So this manager was always telling everybody, and he always looked around and said, I need y'all to greet a customer every single time they come in the building. No exceptions. I was like, okay. And like his cocky attitude was just horrible, guys. Oh. I'm a person that if I get told something, I'll do it. But whenever you be really cocky about it, that you think you're the best or whatever, and he walked around like if he was the best. He literally walked around with his head held high, his skinny mofo pants so tight, literally tight in his crotch, literally with a vest that made no sense because like he don't want to wear his regular shirt. I think he feels more sophisticated, quotation, with his vest. And there was times that I was so confused because I'm like, am I doing something wrong? There's times that when we cash a customer out, the customer has to, well, they'll put their phone number and I'll ask them if they have a rewards with us. And I said, do you have a phone number that you have with us for rewards? And then all of a sudden he calls me out. He says, don't say that. And I'm like, don't you ask them that. Just tell them to put the freaking number in the pin pad. And I was like, what? And he said under his breath, like very deeply, don't do that. Just tell the customer, and I was like, I was already heated. And so I went up to him after I was done with my customer. I went up to him and I was like, so what do you mean don't ask the customer for their phone number? I said, you know why? The reason why I asked the customer for their phone number that is connected to the rewards? Because sometimes you have mixed emotions. I said, sometimes I'll get customers that think that I'm trying to ask them out on a date for no freaking reason. And he's like, oh, well, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can do. I was like, what the hell? First of all, he was just grunting at me for asking the customer about his phone number when he says, just tell them to put the phone number in the pin pad. Don't tell them what it's for. And I'm like, that's what I tell them what it's for. Because sometimes there's couples that come in, they have mixed emotions. I asked the guy for his phone number. Imagine me. Oh, can I have your phone number? And he's all like, and then the girlfriend is right there, like, what the hell do you need his phone number for? Exactly. You don't want to be in that scenario, or you don't want to say it in an improper way. Like, what's your phone number? No, I literally say, do you have a phone number with us for the rewards program or for the warranty? And I cannot tell you how many times I have got into it with him. So many times. You know, there was one time too that I had washed clothes and I take out everything out of my pockets. I took out my name badge. I took out my name badge. The name badge I forgot in my closet. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot my name badge. This guy literally flipped his literally. He was like, where's your name badge? With his hand across his whole chest. Where's your name badge? And I was like, I washed and I forgot it. We gotta get you a new name badge. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So I grabbed a little name badge. I just scribbled my name on the name badge. I put my name badge on. Well, actually, I didn't put my name badge on. I think he saw me once in the hallway. I mean, in the aisle. He's like, you still don't have a name badge? And I was like, no. He's like, do you know how to print one? I was like, no, I forgot. In reality, I knew how to print a name badge, but I didn't want to. I was just being negligent because I was like, you know what? Why is the name badge means so quotation much to me? So then I see him again, and I had written my name badge on there and with my name. He's like, girl, we gotta get you a new name badge. And then he just looked away after he said that. I was like, this bitch literally was going crazy over a freaking name badge because he couldn't handle himself. Every time he saw me with no name badge, oh my God, it literally hurt him to the max. I was like, what the F is wrong with this guy? On top of that, we had incidents where we have to sell things with things. So if we sell brake pads, we have to sell rotors. We have to sell brake lubricant. We have to sell brake cleaner. We have to sell all that. And the way he told us to sell it was don't ask the customer at all. Just squeeze it in there. They won't know. And I'm just looking at him like, what the heck? Now, my last boss did tell me that I can squeeze it in there. And if they ask, yeah, I give them a discount because I need my they call it score. You get scored for everything you sell with each other, brake pads, rotors, brake lubricant. You get a score. And if you're a manager, you cannot be below 40 because they will chew your butt off. And then I was like, okay. He told the other guy the same way, one of my old coworkers, he told him the same way. He says, look, I'm going to tell you once. Do not ask the customer if they need it. You put it there. And if they don't, call me and I will give them a discount. But do not sell it without this. And then the other employee looked at him like, with his head like, and his jaw dropped like, what the heck is this guy on? Like, because he wanted to be on top, guys. He wanted to be the top sales, the top person to sell the products the right way, the top checkout challenge, which is challenges that you have to do, like I say, if it's air fresheners 2 for $5 or a bundle special of fuel system cleaner. He wanted to be the top. He didn't care if he had to give discounts to anybody, which I have known in the past, in my past previous jobs, that they'll beg the customer for anything. They're around for everything. So the fact that he did that, all that was just absolutely horrendous. He was not a leader. He was basically you better do this, you better do that. He also threatened, guys. He threatened me and one of my coworkers at that time on their job description, on their job title. Let's just say that. Because me and the other guy, we were side by side, and then him, Sean, basically said, y'all better do as y'all told and do what your job is supposed to be, or I'm going to start demoting y'all guys, because it's clearly unacceptable that y'all don't know how to do your own job description, and it's unacceptable at all. And if you don't know how to be entitled to a manager position, we're going to do some demotions around here. The other guy turns, and I think I said this on my last season. The other guy turns, he's like, I don't want to be demoted. And I'm turned to him. I said, that is one scare tactic. He's just doing a scare tactic. Don't listen to him. Because if he keeps doing those scare tactics, I will go to HR directly and tell him that he's trying to demote us for no particular reason. And he is friends with everybody. He is friends with the DM, HR. He is friends with everybody, because you know how that one close friend, they try to be so close to that person, so that way they don't be in trouble with that person. Like, no, that person wouldn't do that kind of stuff. He was so narcissistic of a manager. It's not even funny. I think I even made a live stream about living with a narcissistic or working with a narcissistic, which one is worse. So then, guys, oh man, I gotta go. Let me go get my other cup. So then, guys, my breaking points were happening. He was making me angry. He was making my anxiety go up, and I didn't want to be there anymore. I felt trapped. I tried my hardest to be transferred out. I was trying so hard to be transferred out. I asked, I begged, I was begging. I begged the store manager at my old location. I begged him. I didn't want to come back. I begged HR. I begged everybody. I want to leave this location. I don't want to be here no more. I cannot get along with him anymore. It's not good for my mental health. And I was having serious panic attacks every day. I didn't want to be at work every day. I dreaded to be at work. I didn't want to work with him at all. I tried to stay away from him as much as possible. I was on mute for almost 2 months, because he's that type of person that basically was like angry if he saw us laughing, giggling. He didn't want us to laugh. He didn't want us to giggle. He wanted to keep us in control. Every time a customer came in, he'd be like, go, system, go system. and he wanted to make sure that we were on that customer's butt. What do you need, sir? What do you need, sir? What do you need, ma'am? Is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything I can help you with? I'm like, no, bro, this is not Chick-fil-A here. We're not going to bow down to the customer like that. This is 2024. We don't need to be bowing down to the customer like that. Customer knows what they want. If I was a customer, I wouldn't even want that. I would just run out. If some worker came up to me and like, do you need anything? Poke, poke, poke. Do you need anything? I'm here for you. Poke, 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 poke. I'd be like, get the heck away from me. I'm leaving. So one day, I'm trying to make this sweet and short. So one day, we had inventory. There was a whole bunch of inventory people there from all over the stores. At least 20 or 30 people were there. At that time, my anxiety was kicking in so much because the district manager was there. The DM was there. He was there. He was being annoying. And I'm just like, I can't do this today. I could feel myself not being there today, and I could feel myself just not doing it today. So I was like, okay, I don't want to be here today. I really don't. As time progresses, I'm keeping myself right in the front door. So if there's a greeting, I can greet them. If the customer needs help, I'll be the first one to be there. There was a guy from inventory at the front counter with me for no particular reason. And I have a grudge for that guy this same day. If I see that guy, I will say, thanks. Thank you. But that guy was at the front counter that day, and I was greeting customers, and I was talking to them. Some customers are Spanish, so they move along. They're like, oh, you don't speak Spanish? Okay, I'll move over here. So the other guy barged in to the customer, and at that moment, Sean came over and saw me and not greeting the customer and not going up to the customer like he was doing. Oh, he flipped his, bro. He came up to my face and he's like, why aren't you greeting the customers? You're supposed to, why is he doing your job? If you don't want to be here, then don't be here. You're supposed to greet the I said, get the heck out of my face. And he was in my face. He's like, if you don't want to do your job, he's like, do you want to go home? He was in my face, literally like 2 or 3 centimeters in my face. And I said, get the heck out of my face. At that time, the argument was so loud that a couple of other people that were in the actual facility were like, what the heck's going on? And then there was another guy who was delivering parts to us, and he's like, oh, that's a bad time. I'm not going to get a signature from y'all guys. And DM comes in. She comes in here, there's stupid ass Lisa comes in, and she's like, what's going on here? I said, you better get him out of my face. He's not respecting my boundaries. You better get him out of my face. She's like, what's going on here? And he's looking at me dead in the eye. His eyes are super red. Like he was about to go off more, but he couldn't. And I looked at my district manager, like, get his off of my butt. I said, me and you, Lisa, we're going outside and we're talking like professionals. I took her outside and I told her, this is why I can't be here anymore. This is why I can't be here anymore. She had the straightest face because she's very cold-hearted. She is a DM. DMs don't give any F's about their employees. They don't care. They want their paycheck. That's all they want. So she looks me dead in the eye, and I told her, and I was literally crying. And I said, this is why I can't be here no more. This is why I just can't work with him. I need you to transfer me out. I can't do this anymore. That's not good for my mental health. And I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack right now, and I can feel it coming. And then she's all like, look, there's no way I could transfer you out. There's no way I can transfer you. I said, I don't care. I need to be transferred out. I cannot be with him. You see how toxic he is? He's like, well, what is wrong? He's just telling you how to do your own job. And I said, see, that's where you have the problem for. You just taking his side. You're not taking my side. You don't see how toxic. And that's when I just kind of like zoned out. I zoned out, and I'm sorry, guys. Whew. I zoned out, and after that, I was like, I can't believe it. I'm gonna have a major panic attack. And it was happening. I wanted to quit so bad right there. I literally was reaching for my store keys. I literally could see myself in front of all those people that are freaking doing the inventory and grab my keys and say, I quit in front of everybody. I could feel myself that way. And my body was going in and out. And he ended up taking his lunch, and I ended up trying to calm down. At that time, I went to lunch myself, and I just broke down. I had not a major yet. I didn't have the major yet, but I had a physical panic attack. I was crying. I was in emotional distraught. There was a job interview I had a while back that the guy said that he'll hire me on the spot. I needed just to call him and he'll hire me. And so I'm gonna call that job and ask him if I could do an interview today. Today. Because I cannot. And I was emotional distraught. I was crying so bad. I was shaking so bad. I literally was gonna call 911 that day, because or my grandma. I was gonna call 911 or my grandma that day. I was sitting in my car at my job, and it was happening, and I couldn't breathe, and I tried to breathe, and it wasn't happening. I said, should I call 911? I don't know if I should. And then I tried to relax myself, and basically I zoned out, and I came back, and all the inventory people were gone, and he was gone as well. He left. This was at that time, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock. And he left with the inventory people, because he's that type of person. He was supposed to stay there all the way until like 6 o'clock. But no, he's that type of person. And after he left, I felt a breeze. I felt different. And the other people, the other coworkers that I knew came along the line. And that's when I knew it was my breaking point. That's when I knew that I could not be there. I wanted to be there with my coworkers, my old coworkers, but I didn't want to be there with this new store manager. I couldn't. That same day, guys, was the same day I had my major panic attack. And that story is for another day. But I just wanted to tell you guys, that's the type of stuff that I had to go through on a daily. A toxic manager down your throat about every single thing. You should never ever be in that position. I don't wish upon anybody on that position. That day was the worst day I've ever had. And I really don't want to go through talking to y'all guys about my major panic attack, but this is my channel. This is what I want to vent out to y'all guys. If y'all were here or if y'all were listening, let me know. Have y'all had a toxic manager? Have y'all had a toxic DM down your throat 24 hours a day? Someone that was basically narcissistic and wanted to be on top of everybody and didn't care about what anybody's feelings were, just his because, or theirs, because their ego is so high up there. To this day, this guy is still working there, and I have contacted HR. HR literally doesn't care because he is bringing in the funds. He's bringing in their paycheck. As long as he's doing good in the store, they're not going to get up his butt. I guarantee you that. And that's the toxic relationship of being in business. Dirty business, guys. Dirty, dirty business, guys. When I knew it was my breaking point with this new store manager, I knew. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.